You know that feeling? It's Sunday evening, or maybe a holiday, or a sick day, or just a day where you had absolutely nothing planned. You didn't work. You didn't clean. You didn't even leave the house. You stayed in bed until noon. You scrolled through your phone for hours. You watched 3 episodes of something you don't even like. You ordered food because cooking felt like too much effort. And now, at the end of the day, you feel exhausted. Not the kind of tired where you ran a race or moved furniture. Not that. Just heavy. Foggy. Drained. Like your brain is full of wet sand. And you think, how is this possible? I did nothing all day. I've been there. I've had that exact thought so many times. I used to feel guilty about it. Like I was broken. Like I didn't deserve to be tired because I didn't earn it. Like I was the only person who felt this way. But then I started talking to friends about it. And every single one of them knew exactly what I meant. My friend Sarah said she feels it every Sunday night. My friend Mark said he gets it after a day of binge watching. My own brother admitted he's felt like a zombie after doing nothing. So I started looking into the science. And what I found changed how I think about rest completely. Let me walk you through it, piece by piece. First, let's talk about your brain. You think because you weren't working, your brain was resting. That makes sense on the surface. If your body isn't moving, you're resting. If your eyes are closed, you're resting. But your brain doesn't work that way. When you're lying in bed, scrolling, watching TV, your brain is not resting. It's running something called the default mode network. That's a fancy name for your brain's autopilot. It's the system that kicks in when you're not focused on an external task. Daydreaming. Mind wandering. Replaying old conversations. Imagining future ones. Worrying about things you can't control. Remembering that embarrassing thing you said in 2017. Planning what you'll eat later. Thinking about what someone meant by that text. That network is active almost all day on a lazy Sunday. And here's the kicker, it burns almost as much energy as focused work. Almost as much as solving a hard math problem or writing a difficult email or learning a new skill. There's a study that measured glucose consumption in the brain during different states. Focused work lit up certain regions. But the default mode network? It was active across large areas of the brain. Not a low energy state at all. So you spent the whole day doing nothing, but your brain was running a marathon. No wonder you're tired. But that's not the only problem. There's also decision fatigue. Even on a lazy day, you make decisions. Hundreds of them. What to watch next? What to eat for breakfast? Should I get up now or in 10 minutes? Should I shower? Should I text them back? Should I check my email? What should I order for dinner? Which app should I open first? Each one of those tiny decisions costs energy. It's like pulling coins out of a pocket. By the end of the day, your pocket is empty. You've spent all your decision tokens on trivial stuff. And you feel drained. Researchers have studied this. They've found that people who make many small decisions in a day have lower self-control and higher fatigue by evening. Even decisions that seem effortless, like choosing between the TV shows, add up. There's a famous study about parole judges. Researchers found that judges were much more likely to grant parole early in the morning. As the day went on, after making decision after decision, they became more likely to deny parole. Not because the cases were different. Because their decision energy was depleted. The same thing happens to you on a lazy day. You're not judging criminals, but you're still spending energy. And by 6 p.m., you're running on empty. Now, here's the third piece. Something called understimulation fatigue. Your brain craves novelty, challenge, and purpose. It evolved that way. For millions of years, humans who were curious and engaged survived better. Your brain rewards you for learning, exploring, and accomplishing. But when you have a lazy day with no stimulation, your brain becomes understimulated. And understimulation feels a lot like exhaustion. The same heavy eyelids. The same brain fog. The same desire to just lie there and do nothing. But it's not real tiredness. It's boredom masquerading as fatigue. Think about it. Have you ever been on a long, boring car ride? Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just sitting. And you felt incredibly tired. But the moment you arrived and had something interesting to do, energy returned. That's understimulation. I remember one Sunday last year. I had absolutely nothing planned. I thought it would be glorious. No meetings. No deadlines. No responsibilities. I stayed in bed until 11 a.m. I scrolled Instagram for 2 hours. I watched a whole season of a show I didn't even care about. I ordered pizza. I didn't move my body. I didn't talk to anyone. By 6 p.m., I felt terrible. Not sad, exactly. Just heavy. My head was foggy. I was irritable for no reason. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to do anything. And I thought, what is wrong with me? I did nothing. I should feel great. Resting is supposed to make you feel better. But I didn't feel better. I felt worse. Then I forced myself to go for a walk. Just round the block. No phone. No music. No podcast. Just me and the sidewalk. The first 5 minutes were hard. My body felt like lead. My mind was still foggy. I almost turned back. But I kept going. Round minute 8, something shifted. The fog started to lift. My shoulders dropped. My breathing got deeper. By the time I got home, 10 minutes later, I felt like a human again. Not bouncing off the walls, but clear. Awake. Present. That walk didn't rest me in the way I thought rest worked. It didn't make me less tired by stopping. It made me less tired by starting something else. Because here's the thing. Your brain doesn't rest by shutting down. It rests by switching gears. Think of your brain like a car engine. If you leave it idling in the driveway all day, just running, going nowhere, it's still burning fuel. It's still wearing down. The engine gets hot. The parts wear out. What your brain needs is to shift into a different gear. Not neutral. A different gear. A walk is a different gear. Cooking something simple, even just eggs, is a different gear. Calling a friend is a different gear. Stretching for 5 minutes is a different gear. Even doing dishes can be more restorative than lying in bed scrolling. Psychologists call this attention restoration theory. The basic idea is that natural environments, gentle movement, and low-pressure activities actually restore your mental energy. Passive screen time does not. Why? Because when you're walking outside, your attention is soft and wandering. You're not forcing focus. You're letting your brain breathe. That's real rest. When you're scrolling, your attention is jumping from thing to thing. It's not soft. It's fragmented. That's not rest. That's just low-grade work. There's a study where researchers sent people on a nature walk. Another group walked through a city. Another group stayed indoors. The nature walkers showed the biggest improvement in cognitive performance and mood. The city walkers improved a little. The indoor group got worse. You don't need a forest, a park, a tree-lined street. Even a backyard can work. So why do we keep spending our lazy days on the couch, scrolling? Because we've been taught that rest means doing nothing. But that's wrong. We've also been tricked by technology. Apps and streaming services are designed to keep you engaged. They're not restful. They're addictive. Your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine every time you see something new or interesting. That's not relaxing. That's a slot machine. So you spend hours on your phone, thinking you're resting, but your brain is actually working, predicting, anticipating, reacting. That's exhausting. Let me give you another personal example. A few months ago, I had a completely free Saturday. I decided to do something different. Instead of staying in bed, I got up at a normal time. I made breakfast, actually cooked, not just cereal. I went for a 15-minute walk. I called my mom. I read a book for an hour, a real book, not a screen. By the evening, I felt great. Not tired. Not foggy. Just normal. Human. I didn't do anything productive. I didn't work. I didn't clean the garage. I just lived. Slowly. Intentionally. That's the difference. Real rest is not about doing nothing. It's about doing things that don't drain you. Things that might even fill you up. So what can you actually do? Let me give you a few things that work for me and might work for you. Number 1. Recognize that scrolling and watching TV are not rest. They're low-effort activities, but they still cost energy. They're better than working, sure, but they're not a vacation for your brain. Limit them. Set a timer. Give yourself permission to put the phone down. Number 2. Build tiny gear shifts into your lazy day. A 10-minute walk. A few minutes of stretching. A phone call with a friend. Even standing up and making a cup of tea counts. The key is to change your environment and change what your brain is doing. Number 3. Go outside. Natural light and fresh air are powerful restorers. 5 minutes outside is worth an hour of scrolling. Leave your phone inside. Just sit, or walk, or stand. Look at the sky. Listen to the birds. Let your brain wander. Number 4. Do one small, tangible thing. Make your bed. Wash a few dishes. Fold some laundry. Not to be productive. Just to give your brain a sense of completion. Accomplishing something tiny, even one thing, can break the fog. Number 5. Accept that some days you will feel tired even when you did nothing. That's not failure. That's information. Your brain is telling you something. Listen to it. Don't fight it. Just ask, what do I actually need right now? Sometimes the answer is a nap. Sometimes it's a walk. Sometimes it's a conversation. Sometimes it's just getting off the couch. Number 6. Stop calling it a lazy day. Call it a slow day. Or a rest day. Or just a day. The word lazy comes with shame. Shame creates stress. Stress creates cortisol. Cortisol makes you tired. You're not lazy. You're just resting in a way that doesn't work. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You just haven't learned how to rest yet. And that's something you can learn. So next Sunday, or next holiday, or next time you have a day with nothing planned, try something different. When you feel that heavy fog coming on, get up. Go outside. Walk around the block. Call a friend. Make something. Do something that isn't nothing. You might be surprised how much better you feel. That's the weird thing I learned today. If you've ever felt exhausted after doing nothing, you're not alone. You're not broken. You're just human. And if you want more weird explanations for everyday brain glitches, hit subscribe. I read the papers so you don't have to. No productivity gurus. No hustle culture. Just curiosity and a little bit of neuroscience. Thanks for listening. Now go for a walk. Even a short one. See you next time.